Hello and welcome to the workshop. In this video I'm going to be doing some Swedish death cleaning. Now those of you that are regular viewers to the channel only ever really see this side of the workshop, but I've got a bit of a dirty secret, and that's the other side of the workshop is less than spotlessly clean and tidy. And I came across this Swedish death cleaning where people of a certain age go through their house, attic, workshop and clean as if they died, to save a relative or loved one having to go through and sort out all of the crap. And that sort of spurred me on to, well, I really do need to tidy up these other areas, and I'm going to do that today. I've got a few things that I need. First of all, some bin bags, duster. I've got more cobwebs than you can imagine in a 160-year-old workshop. A couple of dustpans and brushes, some clear boxes of different sizes, because even if I'm not throwing things away, then I do plan on putting a number of things in the same box. So instead of moving a lot of things if they're in my way, I can move a box. And I'm a big fan of these clear boxes because you can see what's in them. So that's a bit of a plan there. I've also got the trailer because a lot of my stuff, it's not really junk, it's scrap bits of wood. I'm terrible at throwing out scrap bits of wood. Anyway, that's the plan, is a bit of death cleaning. I'm not going to show you me cleaning everything, obviously that would be super tedious, but I will cut to some shots where you can see the extent of the mess and how I'm going about. Hopefully at the end of this video I will have one of those super tidy workshops like you see in the Wood Whisperers videos where people submit workshop tours. That's the idea anyway. So here you can see some of the issues that I've got there. The bench, even though most of this stuff is normally up at one end, I've spread it out a little bit, becomes the open air equivalent of a junk drawer. Things that don't have a home accumulate on the bench and get left there because they don't have a home. So I'm going to look into that. They're not all destined for the bin by any means. And that's one of the reasons that I got a box, is because I can put these things in a box and then come back and sort them afterwards. The main issue really is under the bench, because I don't need access to under the bench, so it becomes a dumping ground. It's mainly scrap wood, as I said before, but there are other things like this is the first dust collector that I created from a speaker. Hopefully you can see that. I haven't used this for ages, partly because I haven't used the router table for quite a long time, but you can see how long I haven't used it for. It's covered in dust. Let's pan round a little bit. You can see, hopefully, yeah, under the bench here I've got rags, some tools that I don't use. I haven't used that vertical drill stand since I got the drill press, things like that. So here's another mess. I've got loads of vacuum cleaner hoses. Pretty much any time I go to the dump, someone has thrown away some sort of vacuum, and at the time I was trying to sort out vacuum and dust extraction for a number of tools, and the excess hoses and the ones that I don't need have just ended up under the bench, so they're going straight in the trailer, apart from the one for the small shop vac. No need to keep all of these, and if I do need any more I just go to the dump and I can collect some. So I'm a couple of hours in. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. It's coming on quite well, but when my daughter was born, if there was anything wrong with her, we used to ring the midwife, and that midwife used to come round, and she had a saying. She would say, it'll get worse before it gets better. And that sprang to mind today, because things are pretty messy at the moment, but areas are better. There's stuff in the trailer already ready for the dump. I've also been reminded of the phrase, it'll come in handy even if I never use it. And there's a fair bit of that. I must admit that of the 2 hours, a fair chunk of that has been me cutting up pieces of scrap wood into smaller pieces so they'll go into the wood burning stove. As I say, that's my worst, I'm my own worst enemy with keeping bits of scrap wood, so I've been quite brutal with that. I mean, obviously the bigger pieces I've kept, but in general, smaller pieces, I've just chopped them up so they'll fit in the wood burner, which is just as well because it's bloody freezing outside today. Anyway, I'll come back to you in a little bit as I make more and more progress. So it's about 3 hours since the last clip, and I've done about half the workshop. There's a few bits to do still, but in general, the back of half of it is broken, maybe more, because the other half of the workshop is somewhat tidier anyway. The work benches are clearer than they've been since day one. Underneath is completely clear. I decided to keep the dust extraction for the router table, but I'll do a walkthrough when everything is tidy. I just wanted to give you an update. I've been about 5 hours this has taken, but I've way broken the back of it. And Swedish Death Cleaning is coming good. You know, really pleased with the way it's looking. Okay, I'll see you in the second half. So here you can see the other half of the workshop. Really not much to do here. It was already fairly tidy. In the foreground, you can see the box of scrap that I cut up yesterday, ready to go in the wood burner as and when. A lot of the other stuff is straight for the trailer. The ladders need to go into the barn. There's a box that needs to go up into the loft, and there are a few crates, small crates, where tools need sorting into various bits and pieces. The golf clubs will be going to the golf club soon, as soon as the season starts, but they'll live in here for now. A little bit of tidying up on the table saw itself, and some scrap to cut up to add to the box for the fire. That's about it. I don't think this is going to take long, probably less than an hour, hopefully, and I'll see you soon. So that's it, I'm just about done. Took about an hour, I suppose, and the place is looking fantastic. Very workable in comparison with before. Hope I can keep it reasonably like this. I'll just go back to the bench and talk to you a little bit in summary about what I thought of the whole process. So here I am. I've spent around 6 hours cleaning, tidying, throwing things away. I've boiled a lot of the mess down into this one box that needs sorting with maybe a dozen tools or consumables, and this one where I've condensed all of my camera and lighting chargers. They're always all over the desk, making a proper mess. In fact, I plan to put these on some sort of board so that they're in one place and easy to access and use, but at the moment they're a lot tidier in here, and I can just take one out if I need a particular battery charged. All in all, super happy with this process. I know I called it Swedish Death Cleaning. You could argue it's just cleaning, but that little change to my mindset with the Swedish Death Cleaning aspect made all the difference to me. Just made it easy. I don't know why I've left things untidy for so long, because they're areas that I don't normally get to, but mentally now it's going to be a lot easier working in the workshop, more productive. I hope I can keep it like this. In fact, I'm going to do a series on the easiest way to keep the workshop tidy in things that I've used all along. It's just that now I don't have this ironically messy space under the desk, and I'm going to try and keep my offcuts under control. I know that's my weakness, is keeping so many pieces of plywood and other offcuts just because, oh, that'll come in handy, but it doesn't. It just gets in the way. It's a mess, and at the end of the day, when you're looking for a piece of scrap that fits the bill, generally that's what you haven't got. It's a bit like plumbing parts. You need a 90-degree elbow and everything you've got is a T, or so on. So all in all, super happy. Hope it inspires some of you to take a similar approach, because it wasn't difficult. Yeah, it's 6 hours, but that's half a day or a day, and now I'm actually looking forward to working in the workshop. In fact, my wife saw what I'd done yesterday and she went and death cleaned her office. So she was inspired if nothing else. I hope you are too. If you're new to the channel and you found this useful, please like and subscribe. Makes a massive difference to a small new channel like mine. Anyway, I've been Alan, you've been watching, and I'll see you in the next video.